friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits and my intuition, the tarot, to communicate energies to you guys, amazing viewers. Can't wait to get into today's reading. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I do suggest you listen to the disclaimer if it is your first time here. And for those of you guys new to tarot as well, that might be a good idea for you to understand how it is that this works and how my channel operates. So, beautiful people, we're looking at the person on your mind, the person you came here about, and how it is this person thinks you're feeling about them and the connection. So this could be a huge misunderstanding or misconception that they have regarding your feelings or what they think you're thinking and feeling. Okay, but it's coming from their point of view. So it's not objective, it's subjective. Okay, so it could be triggering. If you're not wanting or prepared to hear the messages, then you could come back some other day. There's lots of other readings that you can go take a look or take a listen to. As usual, the piles might be crisscrossed, meaning I might be tapping into what is your energy, saying it's your person, and have the roles reversed, okay? And it's actually how your person or how you think your person is feeling and thinking. Okay, if that's the case, you can go check out another pile or sit and listen to whatever messages pull through there. It's totally up to you. Okay, let's get into the disclaimer. For those of you guys new to this channel, I am not predicting anything and you're not stuck to any pile. You choose the pile using your intuition. Okay, so you're pulled to a pile. You could be pulled to multiple piles because this is energy, and energy has no fixed form, meaning there's no timeline. So you could be clicking into past, present, future energies of the same connection, multiple connections. You could be looking at it through your perspective, your person's perspective, or like an objective perspective. It all is sort of going to come through how it does. There's a reason it comes through that way. I don't choose it, okay? I'm asking specifically in this reading the person you came here about and their perspective, but that's not always how it pulls through, and it's very obvious to me when it's being communicated. Sometimes the divine comes through with a message and kind of hijacks the reading. If that's the case, I still post on the description what it is that I asked, because there's a reason why I'm asking what I'm asking, and the divine's coming through with a message that you may be needing to hear. It could be your high self, it could be the divine, but it's always I'm tapped into a very safe, sacred place with the divine, with spirit. I've been reading cards for probably longer than you've been born, okay, for some of you guys, but you guys are all very safe and welcome in this space, okay? And so if I'm not familiar with whatever energy frequency I'm tapped into, I don't tap into it, okay? So don't feel bad if you got to go to another pile. You don't have to sit there and listen to the whole pile and then say, oh, I guess that wasn't for me. It's like, well, there's many different energy frequencies. So if one pile doesn't work, that means your intuition tapped into a pile that might have only had one message, or you might have just a clogged intuition, and so none of it's making any sense. You could come back later. Okay, that has nothing to do with how I'm channeling. I'm channeling the message that pulls through here, and there's certainly a collective of energy that pulls through for individuals that need to hear exactly as it comes out. Now, for those of you guys who I click here in the comments, I don't care if my voice hangs high, if my voice hangs low. If you could tie it in a bow, okay? You know what to do. You can catch me outside. No, I'm just joking. You don't have to stay here. I don't care. I'm channeling energy. I'm reading cards. Okay. You don't like my sermon. Doesn't matter to me one way or another. Okay. You can go check out another reader. Not everyone serves the exact same steak that you like. It's like me going to your yard sale and saying, why'd you buy this shirt in red? You should have bought it in green. It's like, get out of my yard sale. Like, go to the one up the street. No one cares. Okay. Like, seriously, it doesn't matter what you want or what it is that you prefer that I do. Okay, I'm channeling cards, energy, reading it. That's exactly my commitment. And my intention is that everyone here heals and gets the highest message for their own progression. Okay, and so I don't know if you looked it up. Tarot readers on YouTube that don't have hundreds of thousands of followers don't make much money. I don't know if you're aware of this. Okay, so I'm not doing anything here that's trying to intentionally do anything other than read to you the message that I see. Okay, you have free will and choice, whether you want to be here or not. That's solely up to you. Okay, I don't go to your family dinners and try telling you what to do. Okay, so this is my family. You guys are all more safe and welcome to join, but if it's not your home, then that's fine. I love you all the same. Okay, and no harm, no foul. Okay, beautiful people. Now, let's get into the cards that I'll be using. So we'll get into your 4 options and the cards that we'll be using for your person's understanding of how they think you feel. But let's take a look at the oracles we'll be using. So I have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I don't know if you guys can see because my new camera is a little bit annoying. I think I fixed the glare. So we shouldn't have as much glare. And finally, the last oracle cards. These don't come with a box. Okay, and then for the tarot cards, for option 1, which I'll hold up shortly, but this is what we'll be using for your person's, what they think you feel, and what they're thinking you're thinking and feeling and thinking. Option number 2, this is what we'll use for your person's, what they think you feel and think. Option number 3, and finally option number 4. I don't know if that's the front. Yeah, I think that's the front. Okay, so let's hold up these. Option 1, Tarot of Oneness. Option 2, Shuffle Tarot, Collection B. Option number 3, Apparition Tarot, Spirit Speak. And finally, for option number 4, you have the Lucid Minds Tarot. All right, beautiful angels, I will leave the video running for a bit. Take as long as you need. No shame clicking off, going to another one if it doesn't resonate. Okay, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, beautiful pile number 1. You guys picked the Tarot of Oneness for your pick. We'll be looking at how you actually feel, okay, versus how your person, the person on your mind, thinks you're feeling and thinking in this connection, which is subjective, okay? I do suggest you go listen to the intro disclaimer, especially if it's your first time here. I don't care if I sound like a sermon. I don't care if you don't like my voice. I don't care, okay? It doesn't matter to me. You can go wherever you like, and you go choose whatever yard sale you like. No one forces you to do it, where the contents of that yard sale have absolutely nothing to do with your opinion. Okay, so beautiful angels, let's take a look at how you feel and what you're thinking about the person that you came here about, and then we'll take a look at their point of view. We have 3 shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them. We'll use those for how your person thinks you feel. Okay, but let's do a quick energy check so you know if you've come to the right pile. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile 1. And the person they came here about, how are they feeling and thinking about this person and this connection so that pile 1 knows that this is their pile? How would they explain to me that this is their connection or their pile? Spirits, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1. Did I call you pile 3? Why did I call you pile 3? Weird. Okay, so thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing a reading. And spirits, thank you so much for allowing me to channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1 in this connection. Please protect this connection, pile 1 and their person, as I channel this message. And I'd like to thank you so, so much, pile 1, for being here. You can go anywhere to listen to your reading, so I do appreciate you being here, okay? Ace of Cups. Wowzers. Look how cute he is. Like I said, sometimes energy could sometimes even be reversed. Ace of Wands. Wow. Some of you guys, this could be a new connection or tapped into here. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. We have the 5 Swords. Okay. And a trophy. Interesting. 4 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Look how many aces we have. 3 aces so far. Aces are new beginnings. 4 of Wands sometimes signifies twin flame. Spirit of Pentacles. That is the Queen of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. And the World. Wow. Look at all the monarch butterflies. The 2 of Cups in reverse. And the 6 of Swords in reverse. And under the Ace of Cups, we have the Death and Rebirth. Scorpio energy. Under that, we have the Empress in reverse. Taurus energy. And under that, we have the 5 of Wands. Okay. I'm going to leave it like that. So let me tap in, although it does come through already what it is. And I do feel I read this pile. I think this might have been pile 2 of yesterday's reading, in fact. But anyway, let me see. Okay. You guys are interesting. I think you're trying to force a new relationship or connection with someone, but you're doing this because you left another one. That's how it's coming through. And I did read yesterday's reading about Peter and Paul. You're that pile. Okay? So I think you have a special bond with someone. And whatever that someone was, and I don't know if it's the someone you came here to look at or if you wanted to see how your new person is feeling and thinking, which would be cool for me because I'm always reading the same soul connection. So it'd be cool to read just a light connection here, which I think you're trying to have. Like, you want a deep soulful connection, but I think you're trying to have a new beginning. It's not happening. Okay, I mean, it's happening, but what are we doing? I think we're avoiding something here. Okay, so there's a subjective and an objective sort of communication here. The subjective is you coming through with what you want. Okay, you want a new beginning and you're tired and you're trying to close out conflict with someone. And I think you're conflicted because inside, I think you know that there's a bond with that person, but you can't do anything about that. If that person has not showed up or has left you empty-handed in some way, because you have a strong understanding of what you want to build. Okay, so I think stability and structure are important to you, and you might have your own family. You might be a single mom, but you're really, really, really hung up on a practical build of 3D, and that could be your priority for sure. But what Spirit is coming through here objectively is saying there's a reason why we connected with someone that's been very challenging here. And it was for us to learn about self-love, for us to do the work of what we were being called to do. And I think instead of making ourselves uncomfortable and pushing us outside of our comfort zone to release certain things in our world, come up with different understandings and transform into the best version of us. And the best version is always the version that is unencumbered by belief stories, constructs, and other people's information that they pumped you full of. Okay, because I think you have some untruths about your value. And I think you have some misconceptions about what it means to love unconditionally for yourself and for a connection. And so I think this is why there's a connection that was challenging you and asking you to change here in some way. But not only change, I think it's like asking you to do things completely different. And go through very uncomfortable process. You know, when a butterfly goes through the catalyst to the chrysalis to the butterfly phase from the caterpillar, it's not pleasant. It thinks it's dying. And so it has to go through that process in order for it to become the butterfly. And so I feel like we are looking to a new connection because we want a new beginning. And for sure we should have a new beginning. But where we're trying to have a new beginning, we're still implementing our same fundamental beliefs and our same destructive patterns, habits, beliefs, which Spirit doesn't want you to experience a connection here that's just going to upkeep your delusion, okay, of what connection means. Because I think what you're trying to have here is the special kind of connection, what someone else is able to sort of fulfill for you. And that is still outwardly seeking someone to fill a hole here, okay? And Spirit's saying, like, there is no one that's going to fill you in a way that you could fill yourself. And once you learn this, then you can have a soulful, deep connection. And so there's challenge, you know, and you're going to experience challenge. And let's say you do date and it's okay. It'll never be fully fulfilling because nobody can ever live up to your expectation fully. So we have to be able to fill our own cup. We have to be able to know what it's like to love ourselves unconditionally. The best catalyst in these lessons is through a relationship, mirroring back to us our deficiencies or shadows, the things we need to work on. And we have to do the work if we want to heal and move forward and graduate and ascend. We don't have to do the work if we want to just fulfill ourselves in some sort of robotic matrix love. Okay, so I don't know here. This is what I'm seeing, but this is what I'm seeing. I mean, I know what I'm seeing, but I don't know what's coming through here. But I think you'll be very conflicted about leaving the situation or the person that you're understanding to be your person, but you're trying to like move on, or at least you might be very deluded in thinking it's over then. So I moved on and I closed this chapter, and it's like, no, it's not over here. You have some stuff here you're needing to do here, okay? So, Spirit, Three of Swords, yeah, you have healing to do. So we're avoiding healing in a way here that we need to do. So if, let's say, the person that you already know who I'm talking about very deeply here, because if you had a choice, you would know who it is that you're wanting to sort of connect with here. Spirit's saying you can connect with that person, okay, but you're not in the right energy to do so, because the reason you're apart or it's not working is forcing you to do some release and some healing. That's why it's not coming together. It has nothing to do with this person isn't ready, therefore I'm going to go see someone else. It's like, no, this person's not ready because the universe wants you to do something in regards to you so that this can flow. And you could say, well, I'm already done with that person. I closed the door. Okay, great. But this still needs to be done in order for it to work with the new person then, or any person. You still have to do this. Okay, now you don't have to do anything, but you're going to be suffering and you're going to repeat cycles and you're going to come back to earth because you haven't completed your full transformation or your ascension. This is part of the process, okay, is like releasing certain things in our world that keep us stuck in unhealthy ways of understanding what love and connection is, which Spirit wants you to be able to depend on your own energy, to fill your own cup, to know what unconditional love is so that you're ready to love and welcome a partnership that is balanced. And then you'll have that partner and that supports to lift you up. But no one's going to lift you up out of this. So I feel like you're grasping out there to lift you out of a state that you're in. And it's like, okay, you're in a state. We don't like your state. I agree. It doesn't feel good. But you're externally focused now. And you're trying to look for Peter and Paul. And Spirit says no. Okay, and if you do, then you're just wasting time. By the time you're done with Peter and Paul, you're back at the same place. So we're just sort of delaying the inevitable here. Okay, so I don't know who you came here about. Maybe you wanted to see how does this new person feel about you, you know? I feel you're like dying for a new beginning. Like you really, really, really want a new beginning here. And Spirit's saying like, it's totally going to happen like instantaneously the minute you learn to surrender and release. There's something you need to surrender and release. in order for you to understand and come into your full Empress energy, that you still haven't learned or done. Okay, and you might be self-sabotaging here in a way that you don't fully understand. But Five of Wands is like there's conflicting thoughts, and you're maybe listening to your thoughts, and the thoughts are leading you astray because there's a lot of pain under that. So Six Wands, yeah, like we still have ego here. We're still thinking what victory means, and we have an egoic understanding of what victory means. And so we've experienced challenge and conflict with another person, and so we're just seeing it as, well, it's challenge and conflict, so I'm going to go find a place where there's not. It's like, well, why is there challenge and conflict? Why are we so lacking humility that we don't think maybe but it's not moving and it's not budging because of your own energy, that the way you're engaged might be something that needs to be evolved in some way or understood? Okay, because we might be fixed on an understanding of how that other person was supposed to show up or what they were supposed to do for us, and then they didn't. And then we just chalked it up to, then it's them. No, it's both of you guys. I feel there's more here that we need, because Spirit's just likes me delivering these messages, and I don't want to deliver you this news. I mean, I really don't, but and if you don't resonate, you don't resonate. Like I said, I'll go to the disclaimer. Okay, I want to deliver nice messages. I love you guys very much, regardless of how it comes out. I feel this is exactly what you need to hear. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 1, Spirit. How do they feel about this person, and why are we getting this message? Can we dive in a little deeper understanding here, so I know why this pulled through, and I can communicate to pile 1 whether this is their pile or not. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this message. We are so blessed. Okay, let's leave that like that. I feel there's one right here. Yes, my goodness. Okay, life force energy. That's special in this card. It's like how everything is interconnected and everything moves energetically through energy. And I don't know, when we go through something very spiritual, start to see things in color, and we start to see how everything's connected, and what you do out there is totally connected back to you. There's nothing that's not connected. Everything's in a relationship. So I think you're learning about oneness and how everything is connected, but we have to go through a thing here in order to understand this. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You're not doing the work. And so he gave up on that partnership or that relationship, saying, oh, they don't want to do it, or it's too, they don't want to. 7 of Swords in reverse. The 3 of Swords in reverse, and then the Inspiration of Swords. So the inspiration is the Page of Swords. So we have to start looking at what it is that we're sabotaging of ourselves in order to get out of pain and deal with uncomfortable situations that we don't want to, that we might be prolonging, avoiding, or delaying. I start to look at that, but we're not putting that effort into the work. And so we're going off to see Peter and Paul. And the Lovers in reverse, it didn't work. And now the Lover's path is blocked. And the Lover's path just means your relationship, your person, the path you're supposed to go down. Okay? Like you're fated, destined to go down. You have free will and choice, but there is your bigger life purpose that either you can accomplish in this lifetime, or you could keep having many attempts. Okay, in the school of life, the school of life keeps going on, and you can keep redoing grade number 5 over and over and over. The universe doesn't care how long you take. Okay, but if we're not ascending and growing and doing what we need to do, then we're just sort of spinning our tires here. You're being called for a greater purpose. And I think the path is only blocked because of the fact that we're not looking in the right area of the healing that we need to do and be committed and dedicated to that. We're too outwardly focused on some, I think, understanding we have of what we want to experience in the 3D, that we're jumping the gun thinking we're already deserving of it in some way without releasing the things we need to learn the lesson. And you are deserving of it. But then there's a codependent external energy that you're still attached to in some way here that needs to be undone before this could be fully sort of appreciated in your world. Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's like I have to work on the limiting mindset that I have that keeps me prisoner, hostage, before I can have the divine destined relationship. Because I feel you already know who your person is, and it's blocked at this time. All to do with your own inner work that needs to be done. It's like the divine is forcing you to deal with this. So is it going to work with the new person? It might for some time, but you're always going to end up back in the same spot of having to face this, deal with this part of yourself. Okay. Eights are all about movement, change, attainment. So movement. I think you're going to be energetically stuck in some progressive ascension here until you change what it is that you're doing. And change isn't pleasant, but you have the Death card in reverse. Okay, which means you're resisting some form of change of self, whether you're doing it on purpose or just you're unaware of how you're doing it. Change is coming and we're too attached to the way we connect to relationship to even change. Attainment. Attainment is trying to seek out there potentially to fulfill something. And so we're forever in this more external seeking of validation in order to fulfill ourselves. And that is the thing we're transmuting or working on. Okay, so if we want movement in a connection, we have to deal with the thing that we're talking about here. Okay, I know very specific, not everyone's message, don't care. So Scorpio, Gemini. Okay, and then we saw the Queen of Pentacles, which was Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Yeah, what else we saw there? I think I said the World. Yeah, then we close out that cycle. Then and all these butterflies are flying up. Ascension. Butterflies are freedom and transformation. And there's a bunch here. And I feel like it's talking about this life force energy. Because all people are interconnected here. And so we're still separate. We still have a separation consciousness. That's how you're existing. It's like, that's them versus me. And that person can do this for me. It's like, no, you guys are all interconnected. And so there is no separation. But we can't just conceptually think that way. We have to go through this spiritual awakening of oneness and unconditional love before we can see our neighbor as ourselves. You know, our person. You guys had the Four Wands and the Lovers. So some of you guys are on a twin flame journey and you know of your person and your person's being a brat. Well, you have to connect to oneness with that person in order for you to learn what it's like to be connected to everyone and everything. It doesn't force you to be with that person. It's just the lesson is there for you to look at so that you can heal deep-seated traumas here that you're not looking at or wanting to see. Ten of Pentacles, we're really hung up on the thing that we could build, the commitment, the family, the structure, the home, the material world, the long-term vision of the thing, and that's what's getting in our way. We're really fixed on that. And we're going outward to seek constantly what like we think we know. And it's like, well, why can't I find the person? Like we're trying to fight for that, like fight to get it. And it's like, you don't need anything out there to bring you a 10 pentacle. You can have a 10 pentacle without searching for it or reaching it. Okay, once you undo this, it's all energy. But you're like, I don't know, you're creating some conflict here that's not needed. Yeah, Four of Wands, this is coming into union, and this is the family, the foundation, the stability, the structure that you want. It's like you feel you have to go and chase it or fight for it or, you know, but no, don't gotta do that. Yeah, another Lover's card. Look at that. We got two lovers. We have the masculine and the feminine. So you're on some sort of twin flame journey. I feel, and your person is not showed up, and you guys are apart at this time, and you're trying to convince yourself to go find that stability elsewhere. And I think you need to do work on self, not be dating at this time. Okay. Not your understanding of what you have. And so This is really, really telling me that your person has a big involvement in you reaching some form of stability and some form of balance and union with yourself. Okay. And it could certainly be that this person is still like involved in that process, but they've certainly triggered this sort of transformation in order for you to close out unhealthy things here. Okay. You weren't wanting to hear that. And you're not happy with me. Thank you, Spirit. Let's give something good news, please. Let's take a look, okay? How's the person you came here about see you? You probably came here to see what your new person thinks, potentially. I don't know, but your heart is still attached to this other person. So that person most likely is going to pull through, but let's see. So we have integration, number 30. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves. Yes, every aspect of ourselves, even the self that's in the shadow, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. So, beautiful angels, we have to let our judgments fall away. You have understandings that aren't true, and you're categorizing what's good and what's bad. And you're not allowing the universe to be neutral. Nothing is good or bad. You might have experiences that don't feel good, but they're only revealing a part of yourself for you to flush out. So we shy away from things that make us feel bad, and then we lean in or chase to things that make us feel good. That's a very non-ascended way to deal with the world, because we're acting out of ego. The ego only knows of two things. It knows aversion. This threatens me. I don't like it. I resist. And it knows to try to seek and attach and attain things it likes. Desire. I want that car. I want that house. I want that person. I need this thing. And so it's in perpetual chase mode. And it's tiring and exhausting. And it's outwardly seeking. And so when it's on the mountaintop of victory, it's very short-lived, because there's always going to be a better car, a better house, a better relationship. And there's always the better moment. And Spirit's saying, no, when we're in the valley, it should feel like we are on the mountaintop. That's oneness. Okay. So we need to integrate parts of ourself, those parts of ourself that are still in the shadow and in fragmented parts that are still making judgments, in order for us to be balanced, whole, complete, and then bring in the right person, a conscious lover or destined person. But your purpose with all those lovers, okay, the two lovers cards there and the death card, your purpose has to be fulfilled at one point or another. You can delay it all you want, but the purpose can only come once we're fully integrated and balanced and come into union with self. 4 of Wands twice. That's coming into union. Okay, so I feel like you come into union with yourself, you come into union with your person. Anyway, communication. Number 14, temperance energy. Sagittarius, more integration. Alchemy with the 14 temperance. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, and stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. Yeah, through the heart, not through the mind. Okay. If you clicked on this video, you're wanting to know what the person on your mind thinks of you. And that's what I plan on delivering, okay? It's not clickbait. I didn't put any of these cards in here. So, but the description is still going to be that in which I intended, but I feel this is Spirit coming through with a message for you. I don't know. I sound really disappointed here because I'm on your side here, but I'm just a little disappointed where we're being. So maybe this is how you feel, Yeah, surrender to your soul's path, you guys. The life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. You're not embracing it, you're deviating. You're supposed to go down a path right now, and I think you're avoiding it because it's uncomfortable or you don't like the way it feels. And you think you know better than the universe. So you're clinging and you're not allowing to surrender. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. Yes. Doubt. I release all need to know the answers. Yes. Lion. So the lion is all about courage and strength. And it's knowing when to be held back and when to move forward. Okay, because we have to sort of gracefully ride the lion in some way here. And yeah, it's like this temperance energy I'm also feeling from the lion. You know, it has to be very balanced. It cannot just go ferociously sort of doing what it needs to do. So we have Leo energy here. Fear. So as I'm getting Scorpio energy, because this is looking like a tombstone, the transformation, the release, the death of something, but there's a lot of fear and making changes for the better. So you are forcing change in an area because I think you want better, and we all want better, but I think you're looking not in your soul's path to do the better. That Spirit's saying you can have changes for the better, but you're acting right now out of fear. And so you're doing something right now in your world that isn't aligned, okay? Because you want some form of outcome. And so you're listening to the part of yourself here that is not going to get you the thing that you're wanting. All because we're too still in an energy here that needs to be integrated, transmuted, looked at, dealt with, shadow work, all that stuff. Okay, now you're perfect and whole as you are. Okay, but we have to undo programming. It doesn't just fall away, and that takes work, unfortunately. Although programming is just, it's not an entity. You can't grab programming, right? Programming is just happening. And so there's neurons in your brain and pathways that are repeat pathways of how we think based on conditioning and understandings. And so they're firing off here, and you're not getting in front of them and in the way of them in order to change the course of how they're thinking. And so I think you're coming up with like responses, but they're coming from fear and shadow, from past experiences that you think needs to be seen and done a certain way. And so you have an outcome focus. You have an outcome of what you think it needs to be, and therefore you're just sort of doing that rather than surrendering to the path of your soul, which doesn't feel very good, but that's what's going to make your life better. But it requires courage to surrender, courage to release, courage to say, I don't know where this is going to lead, but I trust in the divine. Okay, so you're in a very highly spiritual journey that requires you to trust, surrender, not know, and all those things are very uncomfortable when we're very fixed and when we have controlled understandings. We'd rather choose the safe path that we know that we can control, but it's like that's an illusion. You don't control anything. So universe makes it harder and harder and harder, removes things and people, makes relationship very uncomfortable. It doesn't work with many people because it's like we gotta learn to work with the universe first. Do that, and then the people will come. All those butterflies, we saw the monarch butterflies. So I don't know. This is just a message from the divine. I mean, I'm not seeing any people here except for you. What's going on with you? So thank you, Spirit, I guess. But pile one wants to know, then what is their person thinking? Maybe this is like, you know, your person's pulling through here as a spiritual soul journey. Like that's your person. Your person's coming through. Spiritual soul journey. Spirit wants to get you back on track to whatever this is, this lover's path that went all askew. Spirits, pile number one's person, please. How are they thinking and feeling that, or how are they thinking pile one is thinking and feeling? How is pile one's person they came here about? Well, what do they think pile one is thinking and feeling? Thank you so much for this message. How is pile one's person they came here about think that pile one is thinking and feeling about them in this connection at this time? Thank you, Spirit, for this message. We're so blessed to be here. Oh, two fell in my lap like this. 9 wands, 5 wands in reverse, Page of Swords, King of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Why is 9 wands here? 4 cups. Why is this 5 wands here in reverse? The World again. 5 swords again. 5 wands again. Page of Swords again. Temperance again. Ace of Wands again. Okie dokie. So, bottom of the deck. It doesn't matter if it's upright or reverse. Point being, we need to be integrated. Okay, so Sagittarius. Healing. Balance. Be in the right energy in order to produce with another person a situation, in order to come together, to have cohesion and harmony and balance and patience. Guided with this angel. You're divinely guided to come into union balance. You have to come union and balance with yourself in order to create a cake with someone else. You have to become the flour in order to work with the egg. If you're vinegar, then vinegar is not required for this cake. And so how do you become flour? You have to work with the universe. They're guiding you. You're not wanting to, and you're not doing this. Okay? So I feel you got rejected, and I feel like you feel rejected. I feel like the person that you were coming here about didn't want to engage with you. It's the universe, a hand out of nowhere. Okay, in traditional tarot, like a hand out of the cloud. The universe is in control, and the universe is handing you an opportunity that you're not seeing, because you're looking at the disappointment, and you're looking at your understanding through your lens and your filter. And your filter is dirty right now. It's not cleansed. It's not coming from an enlightened, highest state of consciousness. You're really fixated on, I don't know, putting roots in something, at all costs here, that you're stubbornly just fixed on that point of view. And it's like the universe has beauty all around you that you can experience. Let's not get too hung up on the roots part yet, because we might be trying to plant a tree and the universe is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, if you just go over there, you'll have like a tree that's actually going to be, I don't know, more fruitful than this one. This one, maybe the universe knows it would never produce fruit, and maybe you're trying to grow an apple tree. But if you plant it, over there, it's going to be fruitful. It might produce like 10 times the amount of fruit. So it's trying to lure you over there, but you're really fixated on that way or that thing of understanding. And I think you've gone through quite a bit here. And it's like, I think you were forcing something, like sitting there forcing, like trying all of these ways, and then saying like, I've tried all these ways, so there's nothing more I can do, is what you're thinking. But you keep forcing yourself in the same area. And Spirit's saying it's not about force and trying to make something in that same area. It's about surrender, but you could still work with the energy. You don't have to do anything in regards to that. Okay, there's a need to see things differently and get out of your own mind way and how you're thinking. Oh my goodness, I'm totally gonna, a lot of times I didn't notice. Unleash, hold nothing back, expand to the universe. The Spirit wants you to be your unbridled self here. Okay, there's still repressed things and energy within you that you're needing to release. Okay, and so I feel like your mind, your thoughts are driving a lot of your actions right now. And Spirit wants that to be the thing that closes out in order for you to have a new beginning. And so if you're experiencing a 5 swords right now with someone who isn't showing up, who doesn't seem interested, who is not pursuing you, it's because you're out of balance in this soul connection. And so they're creating conflict, but it's not that they're creating it because of it's a you versus them. It's like the universe makes this person's energy deal with whatever that doesn't work with your cake. You're leading, you're being guided. Once you're flour, the egg will come. But until then, we experience 5 swords. And what we see is exactly reflecting back to us a need to do something here that I said. Yeah, 7 swords. So we need to deal with the truth. We're not seeing it right now. So what's your person thinking? I don't know. Like, I got to tell you what I see here, and I just feel like I'm waiting for the energy I read yesterday. I feel like your person is kind of off the table until you do this. So this really is kind of about your person, because your person and you'll know you're on a special soul journey here of ascension and growth. And so they're coming through with a removed involvement in your journey at this time, but it's still about you guys sort of coming to make this cake in the end. But we're blocked here. So yeah, we're not releasing what we need to surrender, transforming. So you got to do some work. Pile number one, I think, I don't want to repeat myself. That's all I have for you. I'm sorry. Maybe go check on another pile, but you say this isn't your reading, but you're stuck with someone who's unruly, then this is your reading. This is someone unruly, and we've been working and not coming together. This is about them. Why you're not coming together? It's because of you. Okay, there's like that whole thing that I keep repeating. So, beautiful angel, I hope this helps you. I'll see you at the next one. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the Shuffle Tarot Collection B. And we'll be using the Dame Darcy to look at how your person thinks you're feeling and thinking. Although Spirit's being funny today. So, Spirit's funny. Okay, I have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them. We're going to look at these shortly. But first, we're going to tap into your energy. Okay, and we're going to see how you're actually feeling and thinking in order for you to know whether this is your pile or not. You don't have to listen to it if this doesn't resonate for you. Sometimes it is crisscross and you're in the back end and this is your person at the front end. Okay, so have an open mind, but if it doesn't make sense, doesn't resonate, not your pile. Okay, so how would pile 2 describe this connection? What is going on and how they're feeling about this person and this connection? Spirits, please protect me and the viewer and this connection as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good. Pile number 2, thank you so much, Spirits. And thank you so much, Pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here. How is Pile 2 feeling, or how would they describe this connection at this time so that they know that this is indeed their reading? 10 Pentacles. This is the Shuffle Tarot, like I mentioned. So it's like 2 tarot cards mashed together. King of Wands. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse with the Emperor in there. So we have Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries with the Emperor and the Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in reverse. Okay. So we have the King of Squirrels. This is special in this deck. See the Sun. So Leo energy. We see the Lovers going down the path here. King of Squirrels, okay. We see Temperance. Page of Cups. So Sagittarius energy. And we see the Page of Swords with the Fool. It's Aquarius energy. 2 pages. Pages all about communication. And you see the 3 cups and the scene of the 3 swords and the reverse. Bleeding Heart. And we see the King of Swords with the Hierophant, Taurus, and more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And then we have the 4 pentacles, 4 pentacles with 2 people in it. One looks not happy. Okay, so let me sit here with this one. This is the scene of the 10 swords, but we've got 10 pentacles. Okay, this Spirit loves me. I think we're continuing kind of the energy from pile 1. So it's kind of what this feels like to me. I feel like we're really fixated on our understanding in the material world of what we want with this person. And I think you really, really, really have a very black and white way of understanding what building a future looks like and commitment. You're so fixated so strongly on this that something's ended here, or you have some non-negotiable. Okay, but I think you're on a journey, and journeys are flexible, and journeys of enlightenment make you humble yourself and make you be open to whatever the universe wants. It's not what someone else is forcing you to do. It's wherever the universe is guiding you in order for you to ascend, because the universe is going to know better in regards to what your soul lesson needs. And so I think you're on a journey, a lover's journey, in fact. Whether you like it or not, you're on this journey. You can resist, fight, or hang on to your material understanding as long as you need. Okay, but as long as you're there, you're sort of getting in the way of your healing, and you're not ready to come together with your destined person. And so I feel like Spirit wants you to surrender. Spirit wants you to remove all understandings you have here. And this will allow things to flow a lot easier and become more clear, because the only confusion that's here is of your own creation. So we're suffering here, and we're needing to put an end to the suffering. And so we're experiencing a connection that's not very good right now, because we feel like the other person is the one that needs to provide clarity or commitment and do something. Meanwhile, we feel like we're confused and not in the clear, and we don't have a full understanding, and things are unjust until that happens. And that's so not true. Nobody has power except for you in your own world. And so as long as you feel this way, you're going to not be in the right place in your journey or in the right ingredients to work on the lovers coming together with anyone or anything until we have that understanding, until we go through the surrender, until we come without all of that baggage. So we have to review our own life, what we commit to, what we understand, our values, traditions, or beliefs. Nothing to do with this person and all to do with our own self. And once we do this, then we're ready for a lovers coming together. We're like a newborn child having to learn all over again without preconceived understandings, ideas, or social beliefs of what commitment and building a family and all that stuff looks like. Doesn't mean you can't build a family. Doesn't mean you don't need to be in a committed relationship. Doesn't mean any of that. Just means whatever you understand, whatever baggage you have, has to be released and surrendered. You know nothing. Have humility. Be humble. Walk down the path like the universe is guiding you to this enlightened understanding that you've never had before in order for you to be free. It's leading you to happy emotions, but you're resisting. And so you're in situations that hold you hostage where you're not happy, because you're more focused on the 3D pentacle. You're more focused on the understanding you have of security and stability than you are of anything else, that you're hanging on to it, even at misery. But meanwhile, what you do want is someone to work with so that you can build that thing, which is available. But as long as you hang on to your understanding, you're never going to get there. So you're not happy. Okay, well, let's see. Who is this person then? And how do they think you're feeling? I don't know. Did that resonate as your pile? If it's not your pile, then go to another pile. Okie dokie. So we have change, 12. Number 3, the frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the new, and the birth of the new. Here we got a welcome change. And 12 is Hangman, Pisces, which is a change of perspective. So we could see things completely different when we're suspended. So there might be a pause right now. And you're not understanding why are things stuck or pause or not moving forward. It's so that you can get enlightened. And these pauses and these removals and these separations or these times where things aren't happening gives us perspective so that we can welcome change, so that we can release the things that we can now see were obstacles or hindrances, like mind stories and beliefs and things that we thought we needed or understandings we thought were important, so that the new can come in, because I feel the universe wants to give you new. And I still think you should go check out pile 1 because I think they're connected. Yeah, transformation. So we got to welcome this transformation. 43 or the number 7. The frequency of transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. We're learning to transition out of a world that we've built or created, and we're still hanging on, thinking we know better than the universe. Okay, Scorpio energy. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Yes. So there's beauty within you that wants to be unleashed. We all have magic in us, even the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. I think high self sort of hijack this. Love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So we're learning about unconditional love of self with all the pink. And in order to experience unconditional love out there, we have to learn unconditional love of self. That's the lesson we're learning. Okay, giraffe. Yeah. We're seeing things from a different point of view, more ascended, higher states of consciousness. We can't be looking from the bush up, to be looking down. Okay, in order to make different decisions. Faith, trust the universe, let go. Blind faith, so that you know that the universe will guide you where you need to go without having to cling or chase, resist or fight. Complete surrender. Will you give me a second chance? So, beautiful angels, whatever person that you're coming here about, it's not working for you. And I feel like Spirit's really saying there's a coming together with this person at some point in time, if you want that to be the case. You're getting primed. The universe is priming your energy. And it requires a certain level of you doing something in your energy, seeing things differently, switching things up, surrender, trusting, being more elevated in your perspective, learning about the self-love in order for there to be a coming together here or a second chance of this connection. Only you can change the course of this. So Spirit hijack that. Thank you, Spirit, for hijacking now 2 piles. And these people are going to just love me so much. Okay, let's take a look then at the tarot and see what's the tarot going to say then about the person you came here about. How do they think you feel? How does pile number 2's person think that pile 2 is feeling and thinking at this time? Spirit, thank you so much for this message. Empress. I don't know how to cover it up. Taurus energy. Beautiful divine feminine, all about unconditional love. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. Why is this Empress here? 2 of Wands. And the King, no, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Why is this Knight of Wands here in reverse? Chariot in reverse. Cancer energy. 4 Cups. And 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So this kind of is about your person in a way, because your person is intertwined into your destined path here. That's at a halt. So Spirit keeps intervening in your tarot readings here, because you probably are still being stubbornly doing whatever you're doing here, and Spirit's saying it's going to be at a halt, this connection with this person you came here about. I realize and I understand that this connection is stopped right now and you don't like it. And so Divine's coming through, talking to you, saying, I understand you're rejected. I understand you feel it's stopped. I understand you want something practical. I understand what you want. It's not that I haven't heard you. It's not that I don't see what you want. It's the fact that I'm trying to get you to learn about unconditional love of self in order for you to find victory and success, in order for you to do what it takes here, because it will be a better way. And so the only way to get things to flow is for you to understand that there needs to be change that's embraced, that requires you to make a decision. It requires you to go down that path. So if you want anything more to do with this person, progression in that world, you'll have to choose that path. But if you want to continue doing what you're doing, you're going to remain in suffering and in a lower state of consciousness and experience the exact same things. And so you're not going to have success and victory here. And this person will be pulled out of your world until you do so at a stop. And the only way it will move is by you making this conscious decision. So both you guys are out in the cold. And so the Spirit understands that you're on this like beautiful divine thing here. And the divine thing isn't always beautiful when we're getting in the way and resisting. And so I think you're separate from this person. And all you're seeing is the fact that they rejected you and didn't choose you, or that they're not picking your cup, and that's the thing you're fixed on. rather than embracing and integrating what that means and looking at it and diving into it and sitting with that and healing certain parts of why you feel rejected, why you need that person. Are you feeling incomplete? Are we actually feeling the feelings? Or are we just, what are we doing? We then focus on the thing that wasn't working, or we're clinging to the pentacle realm, the house we built, the person we know, the safe bet, the safe route. Like, that's not the only two options here. So, I don't know. I feel I need to give you something, but I don't want to repeat myself, and Spirit's annoying to me today. Sorry, that's your reading. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Pile number 2, go see pile 1. I think this is the exact same message. Maybe they're told differently. I don't know. But anyway, if you want more readings, then you can go check on another pile. Maybe there's more. Okay, I love you very much. I wish you the very best, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 3, you guys pick Apparition at Spirit Speak Tarot. And we'll be using the Mystical Manga Tarot to look at how your person thinks you're feeling and thinking at this time. Although I gotta warn you, Spirit is being very interesting today in the first 2 piles. So it's not what you wanted to hear. I have no control. Okay, so we're looking at the person on your mind and what it is this person thinks you feel and think at this time about them. But we're going to do an energy check here with the Apparition Tarot so that you know whether this is your pile or not, so you don't waste your time here. Okay, beautiful angel, let's take a look. How would pile 3 describe this connection? How are they actually feeling and thinking? What's going on? How will they know this is their pile, their person? If they came here about spirits, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing this reading for you. Spirit sometimes likes to hijack these readings. I have no control of my own. Okie dokie. Pile number 3. How are they feeling and thinking right now? How will they know this is their pile? Energy check, Spirit. Okie dokie. Ace of Pentacles. Don't read bottom of the deck. Reverse. What's under the Ace of Pentacles? High Priestess. Pisces energy. 10 of Swords in reverse. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse. Temperance. Sagittarius energy. The Devil. Capricorn energy. Ace of Wands in reverse. And the Moon in reverse. Pisces. Cancer. It's under High Priestess. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. How are you feeling? You and your person are not coming together. There's been a form of ending here, but I think you know that it's not the ending. Like, you know, intuitively, you feel there's something there. You want there to be abundance, clearly. You want something practical. You want a new beginning. This connection has been mirroring back to you a whole bunch of stuff here, okay? But you feel it's stuck, and you feel like the universe isn't providing. And you feel like this person, oh my goodness, I can cover this up. The sun, rise to the occasion. So the sun's talking about clarity, joy, sun and moon, masculine, feminine, 2 cups, temperance, healing. So there's a lot going on in the shadow. Okay, and the shadow just means something's been mirrored back to you. And most likely this person is having to deal with their own fears of this connection. This person's not pursuing you as far as you know. You're in the dark about it, you know? Like, do they fear you? Are they like, what's going on here? And so there's a lot of obsessive thoughts. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of pull. Maybe this person is very difficult for you to move on from. And so you're trying to find a form of healing, because the intensity of this connection is something that Doesn't feel good one way or another. So healing's important, but you want balance, and this person hasn't shown up. And so this inability for them to provide or give or be energetically involved in a balanced way in this connection has led to an ending, or at least it's this temporary separation as far as you're concerned, until there's more healing or until you guys can come together cohesively. But you feel intuitively like there's a very deep knowingness here about what this person could mean or means to you, something divine. It's just like on a stop right now. Okay, so if that sounds like what you're experiencing, then, oh my goodness, throat chakra much. Then let's take a look. We have pre-shuffled oracle cards, and then we'll look at the tarot. How is pile number 3's person thinking? That pile number 3 is thinking and feeling. We have synergy, 41. So the number 5, the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that the new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. You guys might resonate with 1 and 2. Okay, this is all about being in the right energy in order for us to be able to come together. Fertility, birthing something. So the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, more joyful than we were before. It activates a potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. So being reborn into a higher state of consciousness so we can create something that's more in line with something more solid and pure and true rather than just matrixy love. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You're ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. I think this is why your person probably ran. Too scared to get close, too scared to create. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Swan, love. I see one swan here. Swans to me represent soulmates or twin flames. Okay, well, those are two different things, but whatever soul journey you're on, confidence, and you are the first person to make me feel this way. Okay, so what's happening here? Your person most likely feels the exact same way you feel, okay? This person ran because I feel, or they're at least apart, they're not energetically in your space because this person is too fearful of the intensity of this connection. And so this person's unfamiliar with what they feel when they're in your presence. And so they think that you're beautiful and that you're graceful and that you are the right person for them. And you most likely feel the same way. But they feel like you have more confidence about this connection and you're probably ready. And this worries them. But they also feel like you're potentially worried about the state of affairs here because their inability to show up. And so this person kind of is taken aback, if I got to be honest. You know, it's like I could see the intensity of what you feel, what you want, what it could be, and the potential. And I can't get close to it because that would uncover a certain part of myself that I haven't healed or dealt with. And you're confident about what it is that we could create and be. And I'm confident that you'd be able to provide and that you're already capable in there. You know, like they only see the beauty in you. This person most likely puts you on a pedestal here. And it like the more that they see you in that way, the more that they worry. Because it's like, I can't be that version right now. And so the universe is guiding both of you guys to become the best version so you guys can be conscious lovers and experience a conscious connection, one that is more elevated than your typical connection. And so this is a first for you and most likely a first for this person, but this person is just taken aback because they haven't experienced something like this. So they don't know how to be or do. They don't know how to create with you. So they also feel like you want to create something here with synergy and fertility. Like it's felt instantaneously. You don't even have to tell them. But then that puts more pressure on me to be ready and have to be in a confident energy of how close I can get to you, because there's a pressure and an intensity here of what you want to create. And so the more I feel that intensity from you, the more I fear it, because I'm not at the level of confidence and understanding my ability just yet. So I have to get there organically or however I do. And the stronger I feel that intensity from you, the more fear is generated from me, the more I see my lack of confidence. And the more I can see that you're confident about it, the more fear I have. So we're kind of like in these polar energies. So now I see you kind of worried about this connection in some way. And you're so beautiful, like the swan here, that you'll have no problems finding what you need. And so there's a worry that you're concerned that it can't be this person. And so you're just going to go and find love easily. So let's see what the tarot has to say then about this connection. Seems fairly simple. Spirit for pile number 3. Pile 3's person. How do they think pile 3 then is feeling and thinking right now? So I'm going to leave that like that. Pile 3's person. How's pile 3's person they came here about think that pile number 3 is feeling and thinking right now? Spirit, thank you so much. Queen of Wands, an intensity. And I see as a beautiful Queen of Wands. My goodness, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. 6 of Wands in reverse. So I failed you. I'm failing you. I'm disappointing you. I can't perform. I can't be seen. The Magician. I don't have the tools to be successful. I can't create with you. So I'm being selfish in some way by being able to control what I do know, which unfortunately is not manifesting with you. And so there's no victory with you. I have 7 swords. I have an unbelief here. I have an untruth. The Queen of Coins in reverse. The World. And we have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The Emperor, Aries energy. 10 swords in reverse. And the 3 pentacles. And under the Queen of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords. So this person is avoiding you. Okay? They're avoiding you. They're shutting you out, stonewalling you. For some of you guys, it's outright blocked. Some of you guys are in massive separation or just feel very removed, or there's an anticipated, like, just parting of ways if things don't work out. Okay? But what they see here is you're on another level with them. And they see that you are understanding that this person hasn't been able to perform for you or provide you with anything, but that you're wanting something from them that you want to depend on them for. And that would make you happy. And that's your understanding, you know, but there's so much more to this. It's like if you come with that perspective of like, this person's going to provide me with something in the material world, then I'm good and we can just close this out. But it's like, well, this person's thinking like, one, I don't even know that I can be dependable to give you what it is that you want. I don't even know what it is that you do want. And I don't want to find out if I'm capable or failing at it, because I see you as someone here that would most likely want the world. And I can't promise you or go down the path of disappointing you and it not working, because I'm not prepared or ready or think I'm capable of doing this. And so I believe in some limitation here. But I think the world of you. And I also think that you're really hung up on what it is that you want from me. And so to the point where you're pushing me away. Like there's a dependency you have on an outcome that means more to you than me at this point. And right now I'm telling you, like, I'm not in my ability or capability to go after this in the state that I'm at. And I have to learn to close a certain part of my world out, my lack of self-confidence, my inability to show up, step up and do what you want. It's still there. It doesn't just disappear because I love you or feel feelings for you or have these intensities for you. They're still there. They're even more highlighted now. I could see my deficiency I could see my lack of confidence. I could see my inability to do things even more clearly now in your shadow. Because in your shadow that you're casting on me, by leaning into me, by wanting something I can't give you, makes it more highlighted. And previous to you, I didn't have to deal with this. Previous to you, I didn't have to look at my follies. Previous to you, I didn't have to deal with my ego. And now I'm dealing with an ego death. You shattered my illusion of myself. And so the only thing that you want is for me to come and create with you in the material world. That's what you want. But everything else that I worry about that's going on in order for me to show up in a pentacle realm with you to create the thing you want has to be in line first. And it's not, or at least that's what I tell myself because of a limiting thought. But it doesn't matter to you because your eye's on the prize, like the outcome. So, I don't know. 9 of Wands in reverse. So this person retreated and it looks like they gave up on you or this connection. And they're going to be in that position as long as they feel like they don't have what it takes to step up to your level. So the more you double down and lean into needing something from this person or depending on them to provide you with some form of closure, happiness, then the more they're going to lean away. Because there's a lot of them thinking they're not capable, them believing you want something they can't give it to you. So that's what I have. Pile number 3. I hope this helped you. And if you're drawn to another pile, I'll see you there. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous. Pile number 4. Pile 4. Night Sun Tarot. I was going to say Sun Night. Night Sun Tarot. And Lucid Minds Tarot. So why 2 tarot packs? Because we're going to look at your energy, how you feel and think briefly as an energy check so that you know whether this is your pile. But we're really looking at the person on your mind and how this person thinks you feel and think about them and this connection at this time to give you insight. It may or may not be accurate. Okay. And Spirit's hijacked 2 of the piles so far with something sort of related, sort of not. So I can't help it if it's not what you want to hear. Okay, beautiful angel, I do promise to deliver what I see, always. So let's ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. This pile 4, how would pile 4 describe this connection to me? Thank you so much, pile 4, for being here, for allowing me to channel this message to you. And thank you so much, Spirit. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. And pile number 4. Thank you. So, Queen of Cups. Knight of Wands in reverse. The Hierophant, Taurus energy. 3 Cups. 7 Wands. 8 Cups, 5 Cups in reverse, 3 Swords, 7 Swords. No, sorry, not 7 Swords. 6 Swords in reverse, sorry. And Ace of Wands. That's under the Queen of Cups. 10 Swords. Okay. Let's see. Justice under that, Libra. Okay. You have a lot of love for your person. And I feel like you feel potentially like the best thing for you could be to walk away from this person, because I feel like you feel rejected by this person or emotionally unsatisfied by what's going on in this connection. This person could just be more interested in something else here that's creating suffering for you, or at least they're not pursuing commitment or giving some sort of seriousness to this connection in a way that makes you feel welcomed or emotionally fulfilled. So they're either keeping you in friend zone or it's just not fulfilling enough emotionally for you, and it keeps you in suffering. And it's like, well, I don't want to suffer, so should I put an end to this connection? It's imbalanced. I don't feel just. And so I don't want to have to fight for this. I just want to give love, be loved. And so I feel like I'm in a situation that is only going to remain challenging if I stay here longer. So I want to pursue, and I think you're getting the idea or the inkling here that maybe happiness and love and joy could be found elsewhere. You know, and it's like when this person does show up, maybe they're hot and cold. It's like there's no real substance here. And maybe you're in an off period right now with this person, or at least the fire is sort of going out, or you're just not wanting to pursue what you initially might have wanted to pursue at one point. Like maybe you're very focused on like having a life with this person or giving your life to them, or like really having an understanding of what you guys could create and commit to with this person. And it's like, I don't know, like you maybe spent time there and you're like, it just emotionally doesn't feel very good to be rejected, or I no longer want to sit in that energy. Some of you guys could be married. It doesn't have to be to this person, but there's marriage pulling through with the Justice and the Hierophant. And the Three Cups, meaning there's a third party situation, or your person could certainly be in a marriage. If you guys are in a separation, because I do feel for some of you guys with the 10 swords here and the 3 cups, there's reconciliation. And it could be that you have an understanding that this person will reconcile or want a reconciliation, or that it's available to you to come together to smooth things out, you know, and you're thinking like, even if there is like, I'm still suffering here. There's still things that needs to be addressed and dealt with. And so is it best that I just leave the situation altogether? You have an understanding here that you've been trying to fight for. And I feel like the more you sort of try to fight for it, the more it sort of made you feel stuck in a situation that you had no out, or there was nothing to sort of that you could do in this situation. And so the only thing that you're thinking that you can do is move forward from this. And this might be a recent thought that you just had, is like, I'm actually feeling inspired to leave this situation that's not working. Like actually feel it. You know, it's not just a belief that I wanted freedom or was unhappy or felt rejected and I wish I wasn't. It's like I'm actually connecting to walking away from what's not emotionally satisfying here. And I don't know how long you've been experiencing this person, but I feel like you feel emotionally rejected. Yeah, like you don't feel like you're an equal lover to this person. And I think you want to experience an equal partnership. And for some of you guys, maybe this person, like I said, could be choosing another connection or another thing in their world that keeps you sort of superficial here in their world. They're not integrating you in their world. And you have a lot of love to give. And I feel like you have been very giving and compassionate and supportive of this person. So, yeah, let's see what this person is thinking that you're feeling here. It does feel like you're taken advantage of, or for granted is what I should say. It's like you're being taken for granted, or your love was taken for granted. Okay, let's see. Pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at these. Cosmic flower, 18, or the number 9. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. So 9 is fruition, completion, fulfillment. Yeah, you're not fulfilled, I feel, but 9 is also Hermit, which is a Virgo energy, but that's about self-reflection and enlightenment. Know thyself, understand what we want. It's also Moon energy, and the Moon is uncertainty, emotions. So authority, number 10. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. The Emperor energy from that. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. I think your person was trying to control this situation. Yeah, they felt out of control here. So I think your person was trying to have a level of control. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And pigeon. That's about going home. And we talked about go home. Didn't we? The frequency of flower activates your remembrance of a place we call home. Yeah. And the pigeon, the homing pigeon, if you take it from its resting place or wherever it is and drive it out, but you cover it and you don't show it where it's going, it can fly back home. It knows how to go back. It's always guided back home. And I don't know if you guys remember the reading I did not too long ago with the pigeon that was shitting all over the place. I think this person shit all over the place in this connection. Every time I see this pigeon now, this is what comes through. But it's like they shit all over the place is the metaphor for like they just fucked it all up, you know? And it's like, why do they fuck it all up? It's because I choose control rather than listening to my emotions. I choose to resist this connection instead of just accept what is. And there's like a feeling of home with you and this person. Happiness, yeah, because you bring them happiness. I ran away because I felt I couldn't live up to your needs and expectations. Yeah, so how do they think you feel? Well, they see you as home. Like, they see you as home. And what you did was you triggered this person to have to look at themselves. And they kept trying to control and dominate their feelings by way of thinking they could overpower their feelings with their mental capacity to control a situation and not lean into it. And so I think they're working on accepting that fact that they have feelings here, and they feel like there's a happiness between you and this person. They feel like you feel very comfortable and at home, you know, but I feel there's something selfish about this person. And you're like, yeah, because I feel like all that's coming through, like, well, what they think of you is like more of how it's reflecting them. So it's always about them. Like, when I think of you, I think of what I can't do. When I think of you, I think about my deficiency in being able to do anything for you and live up to your need. So clearly this person sees you in a high pedestal, but it's like, are they even seeing you? Or are you just reflecting a thing of them? And so they're not even seeing you. All they're seeing is their own lack of ability here to not shit all over the place and step up and do something here to create stability with this authority is Emperor energy. But it's like they wanted to be in the right energy. So they might have been really working through making themselves better, you know, behind the scenes, potentially like working on certain parts of themselves so that they could overcome this mental block or this lack of self-worth block or this understanding block that they have of who they are and who they need to be for you. I feel like this person is coming to some form of acceptance about who they are and what you mean to them. But again, what do they think you feel? I think they're not considering your feelings at all. Do they see that you're feeling all these sorts of ways because of them? No. Because my fear or my intensity in having to overcome this was so intense that it kind of snuffed out how you might be feeling or maybe your frustration. Because the pigeon shits all over the building and the cars with no remorse. You know, like it kind of has to shit. It's kind of naturally just shitting while it's trying to do its thing. You know, and someone else has to clean it up, and it's not thinking, oh, poor person has to now clean up my mess. It's like the ramifications of how I was in this connection is of no real consequence to me. And it's not that they don't care. It's like, I'm not even thinking about it because the pigeon doesn't think about how it's shit. The only thing on this person's mind, because of the intensity of this connection, was I feel so connected to you that I'm highlighting a big deficiency of myself that's like very loud in my mind. But I know you make me happy emotionally, but I tried to fight it, resist it, not accept it. And so that was very loud in my thing, was the lack of my ability to do something here. But I feel like with the cosmic flower, the flowers talk about new beginnings as they bloom and open. I feel like something's been blooming. I feel this person's been blooming. I feel like there's been some time here. I don't feel this is a new connection. I feel this is like something that's been ongoing. So let's see then. How does pile number 4? You 4 or you 3? Pile 3. No, 4. I'm so sorry. Pile 4. How is pile four's person thinking pile four is feeling and thinking about this connection then? A clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. How does pile number 4 think that pile, or how does pile four's person think that pile 4 is feeling and thinking about them at this time? Pile four's person's understanding of what they think pile 4 is feeling and thinking at this time. Spirits, thank you so much. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. The Moon, Pisces, Cancer. The Lovers, Gemini. 7 Swords, Judgment. A Page of Swords, and finally, why is this Lovers here? Knight of Swords in reverse. And the Tower. And under the Tower, 6 Pentacles. Okay, so Gemini energy, Cancer, Pisces, like I said, and what is going on? 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So I wasn't giving. Things were imbalanced. And in order for me to show up to give to you, which I feel with this person's acceptance, they allow the Tower to fall. The thing that they were resisting this connection because all I could see was highlighting my deficiencies. And so where I was wearing the mask, not putting in the energy, I'm having this epiphany and this understanding, this realization. These trumpets are blowing in my ear in regards to the truth. I can no longer avoid or deny or lie to myself or wear this mask in this connection. I'm divinely guided here by my purest self to accept the truth and embrace the truth, to get out of uncertainty and all of this understanding that I had and my fears that were driving. I can now see and think in a way here that allows me to see that I was only in fear and that I wasn't seeing things completely clear. Although I don't see completely, like I don't understand or see completely like what I'm supposed to be doing, because I still feel like I'm learning. I can see very clearly the past and what has happened and that I wasn't authentic. And I could see that whatever it was that I was doing is something that is not sustainable. And it's something that's crumbling here because I can't be in that energy no more because I was lying to you and myself about my feelings and that I couldn't provide or couldn't do. That's clear to me that everything that's resulted up until this point was kind of a facade of my own doing. And all it did was make me sort of create imbalance here. And so this facade is now fallen away or fallen apart because I can't deny the truth. And so although now I got to dig my way or understand my way out of that fog that I created and those fears that held me hostage at one point as I deconstruct this belief, because I see that you're a path here for me and that there's a destined coming together in my mind that can happen in the future here. And so I don't know right now how to get from a page to the Knight energy, because the Knight is one that's going to capitalize and take action and face this challenge. And in order for me to face the challenge and accept this challenge, because they're seeing this connection as a challenge to them. Mind, like mind. Okay, so my mind has to be there. And I have to be in this Knight energy to say, yes, I'm ready to face it with my armor and be prepared. And so what I'm doing is I'm understanding how to prepare myself to there. And so I'm getting out of any state that I have right now that's still lingering of any sort of, I don't know, fears that might still be lingering, sort of things that I'm uncertain about. Like I'm beginning to sit with understanding and peeling away some of this uncertainty that I had. 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's like in order to expand and move here, I have to be in confronting energy. And so it's at a halt. So again, it's like, how do you feel? It's like, I don't really see this person giving 2 hoots about you. You know, and it's not that they don't care or they don't love you. It's like your feelings are irrelevant right now to me because I'm so focused on being that person to be there for you. because this person might have a very big ego. And it's like, if I can't be there for you, then you'll have an understanding or judgment about who I am. And so I've been so focused on being that person for you, or having to show up here for you, that I'm wrapped up in my own world of dealing with the version of me that isn't working in this connection. Because I know that maybe the me that you saw was the me that I don't want you to think of me that way, you know? It's like I can now accept and see that the me I was being in this connection was the me that wasn't providing for you. And I really don't want you to think of me in that way. Me. I don't know. Is this person a narcissist? The sun. Yeah. Like, this person just knows, like, you make me happy. That's it. So it's all about how you make me feel, and you make me happy. And so I'm becoming more clear where I was not clear. But I'm like the sun and moon, or you're the moon and sun. Crisscross it, because we're the lovers. So the masculine and the feminine coming together. You are my other part here. So I only know one thing. And the one thing I know is that I have to be prepared to accept this challenge from the universe. That I know for sure. I'm being guided to do this. I can't fight, resist, or lie to myself anymore. So this is my understanding. I'm still early stage of getting out of that, because of the fact that I've been so resistant and in a seven swords for so long, that I've been lying to you and lying to myself and fighting it and resisting. And so because I've been in that for so long, this is a slow process, and me getting out of this moon energy and deconstructing the false, the tower. So I do feel like I'm going to ask spirits. Can spirits tell us then, how do they think you feel? One more time, because I'm not getting it. And it feels like this whole reading is not getting it. Spirit. Pile number 4 would like to know how the person thinks that pile 4 is feeling. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Good. We are leaving, or we're starting off from the sun. Leo energy. Happiness. Clarity. 3 of Cups. Reconciliation if you guys are apart. And 7 of Wands in reverse. Why is this sun here? 6 Wands. So lots of ego here with the sun and the 6 Wands. Victory, success. Ace of Cups in reverse. And then finally, why is this 7 of Wands here in reverse? 3 of Pentacles. And the Lovers. And 2 Cups. So where's your person headed? Your person's headed right towards you. They want to find balance and love with you. They know you make them happy. This person's ego is really big here, okay? I think their ego is so big and not failing you, and wanting success and providing clarity, because maybe they've been very unclear to you. So it's like only one track mind, I feel here, is like, how do I provide clarity for me to get my joy? And my joy is you. My joy is us together. My joy is us coming together, and I was shit in the bed. And so I want success with you at all costs here. And so I'm going to come to reconcile or to make peace with you. I want to celebrate you. And so I still don't feel I'm fully done the self-love and the self-healing, or capable of filling my own cup. So I think this person still has ego they need to deal with, still needs to know about how it is to fill their cup, but it's not stopping them from embracing some sort of form of truth. And it's like the only way that I will ascend and that I will become available here to find balance and harmony with my person is for me to surrender and not keep like resisting or fighting or keeping pile number 4 out. And so pile 4 wants me to show up here in the practical world with a 3 pentacle and work with them. And that's what I got to do. I got to surrender and show up with the pentacle to build the thing, you know, but it's like slow steps in their ascension, because I think this person still doesn't know how to love self. This person is still blinded by their own self here, you know, like they don't really show that they're too concerned with how you felt. High Priestess, say they're being called, guided to ascend. It's like they're just doing these motions, you know, like this destined path is just there that they have to walk down. Like there's no resisting it. There's just surrendering to it. They don't know why they did what they did and why all of a sudden they're doing anything different. but I feel like they're being really called to become enlightened, ascend, see themselves differently. And so this is a journey that doesn't really end here, but they got to listen to their intuition. Yeah, it's like if you left this person, or if you're separated, or if they just feel removed from you, when they're not connected to you, they feel 5 pentacles. It doesn't feel right. And it's not feeling right because the universe keeps telling them, like, now that you know what a lover feels like in a 2 cups, it's there. You have to surrender and accept this, not fight it, not run away, not try to change and fix things, or try to force yourself to do something or be something you're not, rather than just leaning into it. So, yeah, this is your person. Whether you resonate with it or not, I don't know, but you must feel very not seen. I feel like you feel not seen, and I don't feel this person is seeing you, because they're seeing you as an extension of the relationship. And it's just about them and their deficiency. Like, so you're not an individual here. You're like an extension of the relationship in which they're seeing. I don't know. It's frustrating. And I hope that makes sense to you guys, but it's up to you guys. I do feel there's something very destined here, and I feel like it's not over. Maybe this person, has to see the light more about their own value here, and maybe that's the lesson, is they'll learn this throughout this connection. But you don't want to be this person's lesson, but I don't know, maybe that is destined for them to go through this whole thing, so they can see their own ego, and maybe they just need to build their confidence bit by bit by bit by bit in this connection. So at least this is kind of a win, I guess, because there is an acceptance here with the Judgment. There's a seeing of something they were resisting in the past, and there's a surrender. So I guess first step. But I think they were standing there for quite some time, not taking the step, not doing it. So you must have shown a lot of patience and support for this person to have the confidence to even, like attempt this thing, I think this person likes their freedom as well. I think this person is a little foolish, if I got to be honest, because I feel like you could have really just gotten away here. So that's your reading, pile 4. I hope this resonated for you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.